I deal with people in England, Australia, Africa, South America, Costa Rica, Taiwan, Cambodia, Israel, everywhere. I'm a guy in a garage, and I've done my homework. You know, it's like this. You got a pretty good chance if you cross my path. Hey, so we've got a lot of success stories.
I'm a housekeeper, and cannabis has allowed me to be able to keep working. 2 years ago, I had what they call Takotsubo, ballooning of the left ventricle of the heart. It mimics a heart attack. So I was in the hospital in ICU for about 3 or 4 days, and they did the angiogram and found there was no blockages. They say in about 3 to 4 months, your heart should go back to normal size with rest and care, and they put you on the regimen of drugs that a regular heart attack person would have. And that didn't make a lot of sense to me because I didn't have blockages. So why am I on a beta blocker? Why am I on blood pressure medication when my blood pressure is low to begin with? So I kind of fought a little bit with the cardiologist, and he was upset because I weaned myself off the drugs before I saw him the second time. And he basically fired me, and I went, no, I fire you. Like, it was insane. Honestly, you have to be your own health advocate in this day and age. You just have to. Use common sense. If it doesn't feel right, doesn't look right, it probably isn't right. When I started to ingest, not just smoke, but to ingest it, within 30 days, I knew. It's just like, I can't believe it. I sleep, way less pain, happy. It's been now a little over 3 years since I had the Takotsubo, and I have the all clear, and I feel fantastic. We do like a coffee club every morning, so we're always around, and we just talk about cannabis and helping people.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Knock, knock, knock. I'm back.
Just have a look at us. You know, we were all terminal. That's the best part. We were all terminal. We're still here.
We were stopped at a red light in a Cadillac, and a transport truck hit us from behind, dragged the car about 1.5 miles before everything came to a stop. My sister-in-law was killed in the accident, and my husband and I were left with life-altering injuries. My neck was broken in 3 places. My jaw, my ear was ripped off, my shoulder was ripped apart, my arm broken, my right hip, all my teeth smashed and broken. And I was very much tied to my pharmaceuticals, the doctors, the need for the meds. I mean, I couldn't function at all without them. And then a doctor, I started to cry in his office when he had, made the mistake of asking me how my day was. It wasn't a good one. And in part of the conversation, he said to me, he goes, you need to meet Jack Kungo. We hit it off right away. And again, it's because we discovered so many things in common. And I was fully onto the cannabis and off all of my pharmaceuticals, including 380 milligrams of morphine. My license is for 30 grams a day, and I use it in all forms, but the most important for me is the FECO. And the FECO is what holds Humpty Dumpty out together. I mean together. My neck doesn't lose connection with my body maybe twice a year now, as opposed to upwards to 5 times a day. I have squamous cell carcinoma. I was full of tumors in my bladder, my bowel, my kidneys, my breasts. In the last month and a half, found out that the last tumor in my kidney is gone. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. Back when I was 25 or whatever, smoking a joint on a Friday night, did I ever think that cannabis was going to be that cure-all that was going to save my life? Not in a million years. My biggest regret is that I didn't know sooner.
I was seeing double. I had migraine headaches. I had tinnitus. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I've had skin cancer. I've had basal cell carcinomas and squamous cell carcinomas. And this is my hand. You see, this is my right hand. You can see how swollen it was. I had heard of Jack healing from cancer. I knew that he used cannabis, so it was very difficult for me to come over here. It took about 3 years. because the stigma was so great. Oh, I was so scared. I was looking around to make sure that people didn't see me come here. And he was like, hey, come in, you know, he gives me a hug. And he had this stuff set up at the table, some baked goods, some cookies, there was a vaporizer. And he started talking about this endocannabinoid system, and I had never heard of that. And then he talks to me about eating this and eating that and this, and he goes, and I could do this, and I couldn't do this before, and all this stuff. And I was like, my head was spinning. I wrote down, I brought a binder, and so I incorporated the things that he told me. I embrace nature. It's all part of my wellness plan. Here's some of my girls. I'm super grateful for them. This is an indica. This is going to help with healing and with sleeping and with rest. I have not seen a doctor in over a year. They call me, the hospital calls me once to make tests, squish my body pieces and take, looks at, and I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm pharmaceutical free. And if nothing else, by me doing this, my intent is to bring hope, which is having only positive expectations.
I'm Steve Lozon, known as Lumpy more than my name. I'm 57, normal, healthy childhood. My father was diagnosed with MS when I was under the age of 5. He lived till he was 45. I was diagnosed with MS when I was in my early 20s, as he was. When I was first diagnosed, I was paralyzed from the neck down. I couldn't feed myself. I started with cannabis almost instantly. It's what saved my life to be not like my father. In order to keep my license for cannabis, which kept me alive, I've been put through by the doctors the full opiate list. I've been on Oxycontin, morphine, methadone, gabapentin in doses that they won't even let people take now. That's what the doctor wanted me to go through. He said that he would sign my license as soon as I exhausted all of his remedies. As time went on, I relied solely on smoking for easily 10 years. Then I met Jack. He talked me into the ingestion process. Smoking seems to help sensory very quickly, whereas eating it makes joint pain and relief last very long. I went back to work as an auto mechanic for most of my life. I just stopped being it 3 years ago, because my shoulders won't do it anymore. It's funny to see new people come into the garage because you can tell their quest for knowledge right away. Because they see what happens with people like Jack and me and Deb and Peggy, Linda, where most people would have been saying, oh, you ain't going to see that person in 2 years. And here we are, bigger and stronger than we were 2 years ago.
So, could you tell me what you got going on?
It's stage 3 ovarian cancer. When they did the first CT, they found the mass with a dark shadow at the base, and they found 2 spots on the liver. When they did the hysterectomy, and there's another word that they used to take out the stomach lining, because they had to pull all that liner out.
The cities.
Yeah.
Like the silver skin on meat? Right. So that's the silver skin.
Right.
Okay, on the outside.
They removed all of that. Yeah, that was all cancerous as well. They did a wash. The oncologist said it's basically like your first chemo treatment, where they do all of your insides. They have me scheduled right now for 6 chemo treatments starting February 13th.
So you have your work cut out for you, my dear.
I do.
What's your diet like?
My diet's really good. A lot of fruits and vegetables. In the 50 to 60 percentile, about 20% protein.
What's protein?
Usually lean meats, white, chicken, fish.
Fish and chicken is one of the most toxic things that you can be eating if you have cancer.
Shit.
Cancer feeds on methionine and cancer feeds on sugar. So no bread, no pasta, no potatoes, no sugar, no red meat, no dairy products, no eggs, no chicken, no fish.
Okay.
So you're going to be ingesting, you're going to be doing suppositories, vaporize, put it in your smoothie, just get it into
Any way
you.
you can get it in.
Okay.
Any way you can get it into you.
Okay.
So don't be afraid of this plant.
I'm not
Use
afraid
it,
of the plant.
Use it until it makes you sleep. That's
Okay.
when you heal. You stay there until we get an all clear.
It's a lot to drink in.
It's
isn't it?
fucking
It's
crazy.
overwhelming. You know your head's swimming as
Spinning.
it is.
And it's got to be like flashbacks for you too, even
It
sitting
is.
here. I'm so
Exactly.
sorry.
I was sitting in your chair. Exactly
sorry.
where you are.
Put you through it
And
again.
5 years ago, I was sitting right there.
It's all good.
Okay.
We'll do what we can. Okay? We'll do what we can. As you see, she was pretty distraught. I had no hope or anything. Now she has a plan of attack. This is just the beginning. We're just getting started. It's always through some type of tragedy or something like that that we all become healers.
So here's Carol, just one of the thousands of people that have passed through your garage in search of natural healing. What's it feel like to be a healer now on the 9th anniversary of finding out you had bladder cancer and pay it forward in this special way?
But the guy that brought her was cancer-free because of what I had done to help him. I can't explain that. You know, there is no feeling like that. I mean, somebody that survived by what I had showed him try this. Now he's bringing somebody else. That's what it's like. I don't have any words for it.
If you think cannabis is just for getting high, you're way off track. Ooh, you don't know Jack.